It is no secret that men have become the cultural scapegoats of the Western world. When you're born, they cut the tip off, and then when you reach adulthood, they go for the shaft! If you're sick and tired of this Marxist bullshit, pick up a copy of The Rules. Reclaiming your freedom, your manhood, and your sanity. This is the book you need to start winning. Download a free PDF or buy the printed version right now. Links are in the description.
What's up, you bunch of racist dog whistles? Terrence Popp here, Redonkulous.com. Good Pop showed up today because I have good news and some good booze as usual. People are getting fed up with the left and their goddamn tyrannical bullshit. All of the states with these unconstitutional lockdowns, they all have one thing in common. They're all run by Democrats. Shocker, want to smell it?
No.
And one of these tin pot Napoleons is Gretchen Whitmer. This is the worst governor Michigan has ever had. The last governor we had poisoned an entire city of people. This bitch we have now basically said, "Hold my beer. I'm gonna bankrupt and starve the entire state." Yeah. So I am going to explain exactly why Karen Schittler is getting protested. And no, it has nothing to do with racism or sexism. Those are words that evil people throw around to silence dissent. If you protest, you're selfish and you want grandma to die. Could it be we're smart enough to know what happens in a Great Depression? Could it be we're thinking about the big picture and not your itty-bitty, teeny-weeny worldview? You want to know what has a higher body count than any plague?
The Clintons?
No, close. War, Space Ghost. On March 10th, Karen Schittler was given emergency powers to flatten the curve here in Michigan. It's not like giving somebody emergency powers never backfire or anything. April 24th, after the first protest in Michigan, the state Senate votes 22-15 to repeal the governor's emergency powers.
We come, she don't listen. We came here on the 30th, we shook the halls of this Congress. They listened, they voted to end the stay-home order midnight the 30th. And then she turned around and used executive power, which she no longer had, and declared it till the 28th.
You can't triple stamp a double stamp. You can't triple stamp a double stamp, Lloyd. You can't triple stamp a double stamp. Lloyd.
Now listen, I'm the first one to go, so what, comma, I don't care when people do shit that I don't like. But I am not an elected official who swore an oath to uphold the state and federal constitutions. Karen Schittler, she took that oath, and now she is in blatant violation of it. This biatcha and her leftist butt buddies are destroying the laws that built this country. And most of you out there are falling in lockstep like a bunch of crybabies.
You impotent piece of shit! I hope your kids get cancer!
Okay, Karen.
What the fuck was that?
I'm toxic male.
Oh, I've heard about you. You're supposed to be an all-man and not in a gay way. On May 14th, another protest took place at Lansing at the Capitol. And guess what? We were there. You've already seen the protesters in their own words, and if you haven't, links in the description. We walked all over the area where that protest took place for 90 minutes, and we talked to a boatload of people. So, what are some of the things that we saw when we were there? A whole lot of American flags, lots of signage, some of it kind of dyslexic, and I am in no place to criticize. We saw people there and we interviewed them, and they were carrying weapons, which is their constitutional right. We saw women, men, even children, and quite a few people of color.
And what she's saying is that everybody's out here are white supremacists or Nazis.
I was just going to ask you that.
Right.
Do you see any Nazis or white supremacists out here?
I do not, unless she's talking about me.
The entire time we were there, we only saw one improper incident. Some douchebag showed up with a Barbie doll and it had a noose around its neck. What an asshole. He was there for 30 seconds. He was called out by the protesters who wanted a peaceful protest, and he was escorted out of the area by the state police. But guess what the media reported within 30 minutes? In case you haven't figured it out, you're being manipulated and lied to. This is nothing more than propaganda. In fact, I made a whole video about that. Links in the description. I know what all you Corona Karens are thinking out there.
Pop, you just went to one protest. You don't know everything that happened.
You're right, but I do know this. In 3 protests with over 100,000 people, the police made 1 arrest.
I'm gonna pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
Obviously, you want apples to apples. Well, I'll give it to you, and they're not the kind that you eat. Occupy Wall Street. You remember these leftist crybabies, right? You want to know how many people got arrested at these protests? Just in New York? Over 2,000 people! Links in the description. That's the difference between a peaceful protest and a violent protest that the media wants to trick you into thinking was peaceful.
You gotta be fucking kidding.
And make sure you subscribe to us on the alt tech platforms because this video will never bless the pages of YouTube.